Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ask Cray R. Episode 7. Wow, that's crazy. Anyways, let's not waste any time, and let's get right into it. The first question goes from JB Films 115, and he asked, 1. Why do you hate the Backyardigans? 2. What's your opinion on Super Y? 3. What is your least hated Caillou episode or episode of Caillou? 4. What's your favorite song? And 5. What is your favorite show from PBS Kids? 1. I just find the show annoying. I think they sing too much. I think it's just like with The Wonder Pets and Barney and Friends. I don't really like shows that sing after every 5 seconds, according to Lego Lover 117. 2. I'm not a fan of Super Wide. I think it's very dumb and it's just so friggin' generic. 3. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of Caillou because it's bad. So I'm just gonna say I don't know. But mainly what I'm trying to say is that pretty much all the episodes of Caillou are bad. 4. That's a hard one because I listen to a lot of music. I am a huge music listener. But if I had to choose one, I'll say We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister. And 5, Thomas the Tank Engine. Very obvious. The next question is from Tai He, and he asked, 1. What's your favorite Little Debbie snacks? 2. What's your favorite music/band? 3. What's your opinion on Beavis and Butthead? 4. What's your opinion on Cat Dog? And 5. What's your favorite sitcoms? 1. I don't really eat a lot of her snacks, but I do like her Christmas ones and, I guess anything with chocolate in it. 2. Just like with before, I listen to a lot of music, but I'd say my favorite band would be either the Beatles or Twisted Sister, or Fun, or any of those other artists I listen to. 3. It's a very funny show. Definitely the best adult cartoon there is. 4. I don't watch it a lot, but I'd say it's okay. And 5. Drake and Josh, iCarly, Keenan and Kel, 2.5 Men. What else? The King of Queens is okay. All That. Nah, I don't think that's really a sitcom. How about anything else from Nickelodeon? I guess Raven's Home is okay, but only with Neil, because, fun fact, guys, I don't think I've ever said this on my channel, but the person that plays Neil, Felix Avitia, he's someone I know from real life, like from when I was a kid. I've known him my whole life. So just the fact that I know someone from television is so cool. Does anyone else do this? I got a question for you guys. Does any of you, when you watch a show and you notice someone in there, do you actually know the person? Let me know. Oh yeah, you're welcome. Next question goes from Cashy YouTube Guy, and he asked, 1. Do you feel sorry for 18-year-olds that still have parent control? 2. Do you still hang out with some of the people you went to school with? 3. What would you do if you saw Blue's Clues in real life? 4. Which is better, Jack's Spin Music Show or Yo Gabba Gabba? And 5. Do you still hate Bob the Builder, and why do you hate it? 1. Yeah, I'd say so. 2. Oh, for sure. Now I know I shouldn't be giving out much information, but I'll say this. Right after I graduated, there's still at least 3 people I still talk to and see. Does anyone else get that? Did any of you guys graduate from your high schools and you still have at least a few people you still talk to and see? It's just so dope. I love it. 3. I'd pet her, say she's a cute dog, and play her own game. 4. Jack's Big Music Show, for sure, because at least it's memorable and the music is cool. Yo Gabba Gabba is just garbage. But the only episode I will admit that I do like is the one with Jack Black. He's cool. That's a good episode. But aside from that, Yo Gabba Gabba sucks. And 5, I actually don't hate Bob the Builder anymore because, well, the stop motion episodes are so cool. I freaking love stop motion. It's just amazing. And yes, even if I don't like SpongeBob anymore, I will admit I do like the stop motion episodes. They're cool. And of course, I also like season 5 of Fireman Sam. The first 4 seasons of that show, I'm not a big fan. I mean, the theme song's fire. It's a good theme song, but I'm not a fan of the episodes. I think they're okay, though. Alrighty, now for this guy. Next question goes from Summerboy50534. And he asked, hang on. Okay, 1. How are your thoughts of Family Guy returning to Adult Swim next year? Yeah, it's next year. 2. Do you think Boomerang, Cartoon Network, Checkered Pass, and Adult Swim will improve even further next year? 3. What Space Jam movie is better? 4. Have you seen The Brak Show? And 5. Opinion on Courage the Cowardly Dog. 1. As much as I'm not a fan of Family Guy anymore, I will admit, I think it's cool. It's about time they're giving it its respects, and it was very unexpected. Like, after they lost the rights 3 years ago, I think it's shocking. 2. Well, based on what Checker Pass is doing with losing an hour, I don't know. Like, I don't understand why Checker Pass isn't improving. Like, people have been clamoring for classic Cartoon Network shows to come back, so I don't know why it's not doing well. Maybe it's because they put it on Adult Swim, and people are like, wait a minute, these shows don't belong on Adult Swim, they belong on Cartoon Network. What's wrong with you, Llewellyn? But the other ones, I'd say so. I mean, their schedules are awesome. And yet, idiots like Josh Vanderwolf are like, oh, these schedules suck. They need to shut down. No, I don't approve of that. 3. I guess the first one? I guess it's fine. I mean, it's a classic. My only problem is Lola from that movie, but aside from that, everything else is funny. It's hilarious. Oh, and let's not forget, in the Space Jam 2 movie, they actually made a Rick and Morty reference. That was so funny and so unexpected. I love that. Okay, 4. Yes, I have. I love the show. Like, seeing the 2 guys from Cartoon Planet, Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and all that, so cool. I think giving Brak his own show was a great idea. Brak is so funny, and Zorak is a cool looking dude too. And 5, I love it. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm right on this, but I think it was the very first Cartoon Network show I've ever watched. Yeah, not gonna lie, when I was a kid, like around my maybe like 2 or 3 or something, I would actually watch the show. Yes, someone that like is under the age demographic, like 7 years old, would actually watch a show that involves monsters and it's very freaking horrifying. I am not joking you. Heck, I even have a recorded VHS tape of some episodes that used to air on Cartoon Network back in the day. That was dope. That's dope. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore, but yeah, that's proof that I have very fond memories of the show. And to this day, I still think it's one of the best shows on Cartoon Network. Is it better than Ed, Edd n Eddy? Of course not. But it's still a dang good series. No wonder why it has over an 8 out of 10 on IMDb. Because it's a dang good series. Alright, he has some more questions here. Okay. His next questions are, 1. What's your opinion on the Jungle Book 1967? 2. Do you watch Freeform? 3. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? 4. What do you think of the Ed, Edd n Eddy holiday specials? And 5. What is your opinion on Dexter's Lab Eco Trip? 1. Again, I'm not really a huge fan of Disney, and I've actually never seen that movie, so I can't say what my opinion is. 2. I do. I mean, they mostly show movies and adult shows, like The Simpsons and Family Guy. But oh come on, I was there. They did show those Christmas specials, like Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Frosty the Snowman, and even Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I was watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on there, I think last week, and it was a classic. Definitely a great special. 3. Chocolate. Chocolate. Definitely. No competition is chocolate. 4. I love him. I love the specials, like Ed Netty's Jingle Jingle Jangle, Ed Netty's Hanky Panky Hullabaloo, and Ed Netty's Boo Ha Ha. Not to mention the Invaded special, The Eds Are Coming, The Eds Are Coming. I would say that one's like the least favorite because the scene with Jimmy's Nightmare, oh my god, that's something I'd expect to see in Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's how creepy it is with the whole, like, that gear thing that cuts through the cul-de-sac. That's so terrifying. But it's supposed to be scary. It's Jimmy's Nightmare, duh. But yeah, I know that's not a holiday special, but that's one of their specials. As for the main specials themselves, they're funny. Jingle Jingle Jangle is hilarious. I think I said them again, yeah. Yeah, all of them are funny. If I had to pick one of my personal fave, I don't know. I guess I'll do a quick ranking here. 3rd place would probably be Boo Ha Ha, because I know it's cool with the whole Ed being Lothar, or whatever they would call him. The ending I thought was effed up when the kids were beating up Eddie and Double D, even though they weren't the ones behind that. But the special is still nice. I even love the beginning from it. That whole music is so freaking dope. 2nd place would probably be Hanky Panky Hullabaloo. I mean, I do like the fact how Double D and even May Kanker actually coupled up. Like, it was unexpected. An Ed boy, like, Hank hooking up with a Kanker sister? Who was expecting that? Yeah. And then the 1st place would probably be Jingle Jingle Jangle. Yeah, I'll just say that. Anyways, we gotta move on. 5. I'm actually not a fan of Dexter's Laboratory, and I've never seen Ego Trip, actually, so unfortunately I won't share my opinion on that. Okay. Next question is from Blue.BD Network 98, and he asked, 1. Which Billy and Mandy show is better, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy or Grim and Evil? 2. Which animated character voiced by Carolyn Lawrence is better, Sandy Cheeks, Cindy Vortex, or Oro Puppington? And 3. Which animated character is better, Wally Gator or Gwen Wu from The Mighty Bee? 1. I've actually barely seen Grim and Evil. Technically, it's basically just shorts of Evil Con Carne and Billy and Mandy in 1/2 hour, so it really doesn't matter what I choose. I'm definitely choosing Billy and Mandy for sure. Yeah, that show's funny. And I love how there's a lot of sound effects in the show that make, well, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it is a kid show. What can I say? Of course they're going to have that, but it's just so funny how they keep playing, and it's just makes the show so hilarious. And I don't think it's trying to be as creepy as Courage, although it is around that angle, that area. But yeah, I'm choosing that one. 2. Now, I don't even know what this Oro Puppington character thing is. I think it's a character from Paw Patrol, I'm guessing. I don't watch the show because it's stupid, but yeah. Let's see. You actually got me at a hard angle, buddy. I guess I could choose Sandy, but only from her older self. I don't know. I guess I'll choose Cindy Vortex, because I do think Jimmy Neutron is better than SpongeBob now. At least Jimmy Neutron is classic, and heck, that CGI animation, it is awesome. Too bad the company that made it shut down. And 3, I honestly do not like Wally Gator, but then again, Gwen from The Mighty Bee could actually be a bit of a snob, so... But at the same time, she's actually voiced by the same person that did that older Noggin narrator, as well as that character from the Loud House. So I guess I'll choose her. Next question goes from Bubba's World, James Bean, 6596. And he asked, 1. What's worse, the Powerpuff Girls Season 5? Seasons 5 and 6? Or Looney Tunes, Patty Freeling era? 2. What's your thoughts on Season 6 of Blue's Clues? 3. What's the best and worst Powerpuff Girls episode? 4. What's your thoughts on country music? And 5. What movies do you watch? 1. I've actually never... I don't even know what Looney Tunes era that is. I think I should look that up. But I would say the Powerpuff Girls. I'm not a huge fan of it. 2. Okay, now this is something I actually don't talk about, so I'll give out a small, brief opinion here. So Season 6 of Blue's Clues, I think is fine. I think it's like a decent season. I know it was like a transition to Blue's Room, which was like a little unneeded, but it was to show what the creators would do after the show was over. Although I don't really like the last 5 minutes of every episode in that series, well, aside from the first episode, which is 12 minutes. I still like the Blue's Clues part of them, even though the Play Blue's Clues song is shortened, and those friggin' talking clues things. The mail time's still the same though. Also, I did notice that Joe's voice was a little bit different in that season. If you compare that season with season 5, it's a pretty minor difference. But one thing I definitely love about the season are the credits. Yeah, I know what you're asking. What? The credits are the best part? What? What do you mean? Well, if you don't know, if you haven't, well, you should be paying attention to the fonts, but... So the font colors Blue's Clues usually uses are light blue and dark blue, while Blue's Room uses green and purple. So it's like, normally for like Blue's Clues, you would only see 2 colors per episode, if you catch my drift, and Blue's Room would be 2 colors. But according to season 6, when it came to both Blue's Clues and Blue's Room, they would do 4 colors. So they would do light blue and dark blue, then after Blue's Clues was done, they would show Blue's Room segment, and then they would have light green and purple. So I thought the whole changing colors of the credits was just so creative. Yeah. And just the fact that there were, just the fact that you would see the Blue's Room credits in the white background is so, it's just interesting. Like, normally they would have the credits on the, like a template with spots on them. That's in Blue's Room. But since this is Blue's Clues, you would see those credits on the white background. I know you guys are probably getting confused, but if you see the credits, you would know exactly what I mean. So, bottom line, I do think season 6 is okay. 3. Again, I'm not a huge fan or watcher of the Powerpuff Girls, so I'm just not really really familiar. I have seen some episodes, but I don't really exactly know. But if I would have to guess, maybe the worst episode could be the one with the Rowdy Rough Boys, and the best one could be maybe the one when they were addicted to candy or something. I don't know, just a random one. 4. I don't think I listen to country music, actually, so I guess it's okay. And 5. I'm not really a huge movie watcher, but I would say, I guess any movie that comes in theaters, or any, how about like Thomas and the Magic Railroad, or Speed Racer, or any of those movies. Yeah. Alright, more questions from him, and it's on his other account called Bubba's World Behind the Scenes 2011. He asked, 1. What's your thoughts on me? 2. Why don't you upload often? And 3. Why did you stop doing your Rants and Salutes series? 1. I do like you. At first, I thought you were, like, okay, based on your grammar, but I'm not gonna judge you by your grammar. That's not right. I do think you are cool. And I really like how you were understanding and asking me to mention me. Like, that's what everyone else should be doing. And I know people are like, but they don't need to ask you. It's my decision. Sometimes I want people to ask me so that way they don't talk trash about me, because I don't like that. That just gets me very upset and sad. So that's why I want you guys to ask me for permission. 2. Well, let's just remember this. I have a life. I don't spend all my time on YouTube. I need to move on. I need to work and stuff. But yeah, I don't upload a lot like how I used to. I would used to back then because I had a lot of time. But nowadays, I just upload whenever I feel like it. At least I'm not like Junior that uploads every day. Like, look, I understand you want to keep your users up to date, but you don't need to upload every friggin' day. Just take a break. Just upload like once or twice every week, and there you go. And 3, well, based on the reason as I keep stating before, I lost interest. Though I kind of do plan to return, but I don't know when. I really don't. Also, I know I've said this before about stopping my commentary series, but I was thinking this. Once I get 1,000 subs, of course I'll do an hour-long TV schedule video, like a live stream, and I'll even live stream doing some commentaries on my rants and salutes. I understand you guys are not interested in them, and that's why it didn't do well, but I feel like I should try again, and I'm going to do it on the live stream. And I don't expect like thousands of people to watch, just maybe like a couple hundred. Okay. Next question goes from Dylan Thomas, and he asked, 1. What is your favorite fruit? 2. When you used to have a Chihuahua, did it ever become aggressive at anybody before? 3. Do you have any favorite juice? 4. What fan-made schedule should Nicktoons look like? And 5. Do you think Vladimir Putin needs to stop having wars with Ukraine and stop doing whatever that says over there? 1. I barely eat a lot of fruit, but I guess I would say orange or tomatoes. Tomatoes, yeah. 2. To be honest, yes. Whenever she would see someone that she doesn't even know, she would tend to bark at him, and yeah, just bark. 3. Yeah, I would say orange juice. I mean, I do drink it a lot when I get sick, so yeah, very useful. 4. Definitely a schedule with classic shows. Now, I was just thinking this now, but I was maybe on my community tabs. I can put down my own fan-made schedule of how it should look. And 5. Based on what you said, yes. Like, I don't know what they're having a war for. Like, are they just arguing about who's better? It's like, get over it. All right, he has an extra question here, but let's just answer it right here. Why not? All right, he asked, it's from Rain Justin Nilo 3087. He asked, how do you feel about the people that continue to blindly say Cartoon Network is bad, Nickelodeon is doing better, both in their current state? What I say to that is to stop. Like, I'm just gonna quote Filthy Frank right here. I would say, it's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the frick are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop. Like, why would you call Cartoon Network bad and Nick good when they're literally doing the exact opposite? What they should be saying is Cartoon Network is doing better and Nickelodeon is bad. Like, why are they saying Nickelodeon's doing better? Nick is not. Like, if you turn on Nickelodeon, like either Nickelodeon, Nick Jr., Nicktoons, and T-Nick, what do you see? What's the first thing you see? Friends, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Loud House, Henry Danger, The Thundermans, Paw Patrol, Bubble Guppies, Peppa Pig, Timu Mizumi, Mike and Molly or something. Like, do you call that doing better? I don't think so. Cartoon Network, on the other hand, they have a whole lineup. So Cartoon Network has like 11 shows. Adult Swim has like, 10 shows? 10? Boomerang has like 20. Yeah, sure, Cartoon Show only has like 2 or 3, but whatever. Like, these guys need to quit. Like, I've had enough with the whole, oh, Teen Titans Go is showing so much, you gotta stop. Enough. Just open your eyes. You have 2 eyes. Open them and notice that Cartoon Network is doing good. Like, this is not 2017 anymore. People, you need to move on and just say, oh, Cartoon Network's doing fine. There. I'm really getting tired of this. Next question goes from the Wubsy fan. And he asked, oops, it's just that one. Anyways, he asked, did you ever heard of Jetix, however you want to call it? Yeah, although I've never watched the channel particularly, but I have seen it. I have heard of it. Okay, we got a few more to go. Let's continue. These next questions are from Randallton Brewster. And he asked, and I quote here in its order, 1. Thoughts on One Piece? 2. Thoughts on Dragon Ball Z Kai itself? 3. Thoughts on Naruto? 4. Are you also sad that Disney Channel France and Spain will shut down next year? 5. Thoughts on Haley's On It? 6. Opinion on the Fruity and Cocoa Pebbles commercial from 2019 or so. 7. Thoughts on Gabby's Dollhouse and Moana 2. And 8. Why do you find the SpongeBob term overrated? I thought you didn't like SpongeBob ever since season 6. 1. I'm not a fan of One Piece nor any other anime from Toonami. 2. Basically, that same exact thing I've said, but I did say before that I'm not a big fan of the series. Though I'm really getting tired of frickin' Junior always telling me, bring this show back to Nicktoons, bring it back. I cannot bring it back! Can you just get it through your frickin' head? Just stop. I don't work for Nick, okay? I do not. And the show expired. The rights expired. Just understand. 3. I'm not really a huge fan of Naruto, alright? I'm not. I did mention it in another video that I've seen a little bit of it, but I'm not a fan of the show. 4. Yeah, I'd say so. I'm not a fan of Disney Channel, but I feel bad for France and Spain. Yeah. 5. I've actually never seen Haley's On It, so I can't share my opinion. But I have seen the animation. It looks fine, but I'm not a fan of the show, judging by what I've seen. 6. The later ones I haven't really seen so much, but I have seen a majority of them throughout the years, and they are cool. Alright, I do like how Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble just take the spotlight. And I also did like how they made a reference to that in Robot Chicken. So they made a reference to both the Flintstones and the fact that they had a cereal. That's creative. 7. I've never seen Gabby's Dollhouse, and I've actually never seen Moana 2, so I can't say much. Though I have seen, like, the picture of Gabby's Dollhouse, and it's something I'm not a fan of. And 7. And 8. I don't find the actual term overrated. What the Wubsy fan was actually stating is he meant to say that do you find SpongeBob, which he was supposed to say SpongeBob, but he wanted to call it ScumBob because that's what it is. ScumBob Shoot Pants. Duh. But yeah, I don't find the term overrated. I just find the actual show overrated. And I don't like it. Though I would say those older seasons are okay. More questions go from Bubba's World, and he asked, 1. Do you think that Patchy the Pirate should have his own series? 2. Do you think Toonami Rewind should have aired on Saturday instead of Friday? 3. If you were the scheduler of Cartoon Network, what programming blocks would you have on Boomerang, Cartoon Network, and Adult Swim? 1. Yeah, I'll be honest, I do not like the show anymore, but Patchy the Pirate is definitely an inspiration. I really love him and Potty just arguing. And I must admit, the episode Friend or Foe, despite it being from season 5, it kind of had like a classic like series feel to it because Patchy wasn't even that old yet, or Tom Kenny as Patchy the Pirate. But yeah, I cannot imagine if those guys had an actual episode. Like, what they should do is in SpongeBob, they should just give Patchy his own episode. That would be interesting, and I would definitely sit down for that. 2. Yeah, I mean, I guess part of the reason why it didn't do well is because they showed it on Friday rather than Saturday. And considering the fact that they just have Toonami every Saturday, they should have done that. Like, they could have replaced 2 hours of King of the Hill and put in Sailor Moon, Naruto, and more Dragon Ball Z Kai. That would have been much better. And 3. Well, for sure I would have Checkered Past, but it would not be on Adult Swim. It would be on Cartoon Network. As for the time, I would want it to come out when children get out from school. So maybe around like, okay, let's pretend that Cartoon Network has their extra 2 hours, right? They end at 7. So let's say maybe from like, how about make it like a 3-hour block from 4 to 7 there. Then they can have like, I guess choose 3 random shows like Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Dexter's Lab, or Johnny Bravo, something like that. Boomerang? The classic Cartoon Network block on there can stay, but I want it to be like somewhere around 3 to 5. The fact that it's on from like, 2 through 4? That's in the morning? That's way too late. No one's gonna tune in for that. Yeah. I guess that's it. Classic block? Yeah, why not? Alright. Now he also asked, what's your thoughts on Little Debbie discontinuing their chocolate chip cakes? And 2, do you think frick is a swear word? 1, really? I don't think I've ever had their chocolate chip cakes. But yeah, it's a shame. And 2, no, of course not. I mean, the show is, the word is said a lot on regular show, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's a swear word at all. I mean, it's not, it's F-R-I-C-K, not F-U-C-K, so it's not bad. YouTube, I did not swear, I just spelled it out. Do not get me in trouble. Okay, and the last question goes from Dylan Thomas, and he asked, 1, excuse me, 1, are you glad that you was able to block Laura SMG4Kif YouTube, or known as his new name, Stephen Lincoln Space Jam 2008? 2, the rants that he has done to me and you and name calling that he was doing to me and you, does he deserve to be terminated from his YouTube channel? 3, why do you hate the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? 4, what kind of laptop do you have? And 5, who's your favorite YouTuber of all time? 1, well, back when he had his older channel, yes. Although I really want to block his other ones once he mentions me, so yeah, I would want to do that. 2, yeah, if you want to know a fun fact, his mom actually deleted his older account, but he has 2 other ones. It's like, can't this guy just quit already? Like, I'm not going to say that again. I've gotten a little bit heated earlier. I'm not going to say it again here. 3, I just don't like the animation, and just the fact that, like Mickey, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Minnie, Pluto, they're just like, oh, hello, kids, let's sing a song. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Oh my god, no. They just ruin the characters. It's like, I agree with what Ben the Looney said on the show. Like, I remember, like, Donald Duck, he had a lot of anger problems in the main series, but it seems like in that show, he's like, hi, everybody. That's my attempt at it. Anyways, hi, everybody. I'm nice now. I'm not angry anymore. Oh, my God. Granted, the characters sound almost the same, but not as much as how they did with the older era, the earlier cartoons. So, yeah. I have remembered watching it as a kid. I think I mentioned this before, but I did remember watching it back then. I did like it before, but now I just don't. I just can't stand the animation. It's so bad. Jimmy Neutron CGI animation is much better. 4. Actually, I'll show you this here. As you can see, I have a Dell. I have a Dell laptop. I think I used to own another one back then, but I forgot what brand it was. I actually have 3 of them. The other 2 belong to my other family members, but yeah, I have one of my own. And 5. That's a tough one. I watch a lot of YouTube, so I guess I would say Do Not 1999. I mean, I have watched him for a while now. I remember watching, I think the first video I've watched from him was the 20th anniversary Cartoon Network bumpers. And and stupid me back then, when I heard Do Not say, I promised you guys I would make a video on it. So here it is. I was thinking to myself, so are you going to show the bumpers or what? Stupid me back then thought he was going to show the bumpers, but no, he would just show off his opinion. Man, what was I thinking back then? All right. As usual, let's take a look, see if everything's answered. Okay, all of them's answered. Thank you guys for watching this video. And yeah, make sure you sub, like, comment, do all of that. Ask me more questions in this video. And make sure you guys have a happy new year. This is my last video of 2024, so I hope you enjoy it. Alright guys, I'll see you next year. Thank you so much, and have a good day. Goodbye.